Good afternoon, good morning, or wherever you may be, whatever the time is. Welcome to another Laughing Place Walk and Talk, live from the Laughing Place HQ. I'm Luke, and on site at Disney's Hollywood Studios, it's Jeremiah.
Hey, that's me. How are you, Luke?
I'm doing just swell. Yourself?
I am doing much better than I was about 3 minutes ago when we were having technical difficulties, but we don't need to talk about that right now.
Yes, apologies for the slightly late start on this one. As if you tuned into our walk and talk last week at Flower and Garden, where I was the one at Flower and Garden, we had about a 3 minute situation in the middle where my AirPods died, and I was trying to figure out uh, how to switch it over without the camera going crazy. So yeah.
Oh,
Technical
knock on
difficulties
wood,
happen.
I've not had that problem yet.
Yeah, no, good on you.
Yeah, no, I've been for most part I used the wired headphones, but then I got the new AirPods, so I wanted to try those out. And then I just had to get a new phone because my old phone wasn't surviving a few hours. So now I don't even have the option of using the cable unless I buy an adapter.
Yeah. And what's the fun in that?
So here we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios. I'm going to try to go in the store really quick to tell a fun story.
All right.
As
And
some of
it's
you may have seen yesterday and the day before, Disney has new Pez line, and
Pez.
the Figment one came out a few days ago, and everybody really loved it. And then as of yesterday, let me know if we start to break up, because I don't know the signal
Yeah, for
service
sure.
in there. Yesterday, good, they got them back in stock in the 3 minutes I was out. So here are all the Pez. There, of course, is the aforementioned Figment, Sorcerer Mickey, Minnie, Cinderella for 50th or 75th, Buzz, Woody, and the Hatbox Ghost that glows in the dark. Um,
Yeah, these are some really fun Pez. I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a Pez dispenser, but these are fun.
yeah, I bought the Figment one yesterday or the day before, whatever day that was. It's all
I think it was
joining
2 days ago.
Yeah. And then the Hatbox Ghost came out as of yesterday. And I was like, okay, I don't need to get that. I'll get it at some point. I don't need, I think, more than one Pez dispenser at a time. Even though, like most of my stuff, they'll just sit in the package on a
Oh yeah.
wall. But I came in when I first walked into the park, and they had a whole bunch of the Hatbox. It's pretty much what it looks like right there. And then I just walked back in to get some stuff for our social media, laughing_place at all of the social media things. Um, and all of the Hatbox Ghost Pez were gone. So somebody just walked in and grabbed all of them and purchased them all. And from what I'm hearing, you can purchase an entire set of the Pez that are $4.49 each. So what, there's 6 in there? Um, not too expensive, but you can buy an entire set on a certain auction site for $70.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Um Alexa Fitzgerald, one of the people watching the show right now. Um and I just said Alexa, and my Alexa just went off. Um, she mentions that I like the monorail holder for them all. I don't know if I've seen. I don't know. Is that new? Is that something that's
So
been
it's been
around?
out for quite a few years. I want to say they started doing Pez before the pandemic. And then they came out with this really cute, it looks like the monorail, the front of the monorail, and there are slots to put the Pez holders in. But back then they were just kind of basic, just the heads, nothing spectacular. Now that they're
Mhm.
branding Disney Park on it, it's become a more popular thing.
More
So it's
sought after
cute.
collectible.
Yeah.
And folks, if you would like to join in on the fun with us and leave any questions, comments, any requests for somewhere or something you might like Jeremiah to check out while we're at Hollywood Studios, be sure to let us know. GFET Jake says that they are at Hollywood Studios right now.
Well, Jake, if you happen to see a guy in a really here, I'll just turn around and thank Roosevelt's now for this beautiful shirt.
Thanks,
If you happen to see
Roosevelt's.
this guy walking around, walk up and say hi.
And got a request to meet Doc McStuffins.
We don't usually do the meet and greets. I will definitely walk by, and if Doc is out, we'll give a wave. But we've learned that the meet and greets can run a bit long.
Could take a while, and then you'll spend most of this walk and talk just standing and then walking every few seconds.
Yeah.
Into 2 feet forward.
Yeah. And as somebody who has been around other people doing this, one of the things that I don't like to do is to stand around people and talk loud enough so people can hear me that aren't watching, because they just think I'm crazy. And I have other reasons for people to think I'm crazy besides talking to a camera. So I don't want to, add more to it.
GFET Jake is over at Pizza Rizzo. So if Jeremiah happens to make it over there, swing by, say hi. Maybe you'll be on the show.
I will be walking that way, but that will be one of our last stops. I'm guessing right now, Rock and Roller Coaster, starring Aerosmith, still is down because we have a few cast members outside. But we will walk in so we can take a look at Sunset Showcase, future home of Villains Unfairly Ever After. I'm getting good at remembering that.
Oh, I'm so glad that you remembered it, because I did not.
It was definitely one of those ones of the first few times I was like, the new villain show come in. But just like with Disney Starlight, something, that one I'm not learning the extended name.
It was quite simply Disney Starlight at first. And then they're like, just kidding, we're also going to have this tagline. So that's the full name.
Yeah, it's like Luminous, the Symphony of Us, which that one isn't too difficult to remember. It just kind of fits in pretty well. But Disney Starlight, and I can't think of the tag, Alexa, somebody, we're depending on you. I was saying during our parks talk last night that, it'll be Starlight when it finally opens. I try to stick with the Disney Starlight just so I can remember the proper. But I've heard so many people just say, oh yeah, the new Electric Parade. Mm-hmm. That one doesn't get a pass.
Yeah. Alexa, which I was just about to not say your name so it doesn't happen again, and I don't think it did. But no worries. I get the same sort of thing for Luke Skywalker, although my parents did have that foreknowledge that might be a thing for me. So who knows?
I don't want to hear from either one of you two. You never got tortured by a song for most of your life.
Are you a bullfrog?
Exactly. I mean, I understand Luke Skywalker is much more prevalent and has transcended the ages, but people singing Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Yeah. So here we are at Sunset Showcase. No change at all to the outside.
It looks.
Yeah, DJ and cars are still out there.
Unchanged.
I can see DJ's fintails.
Yeah, I think we're not going to see any exterior changes to this. Well, minimal exterior changes in general, and then not really anything until it's just about to open.
Yeah.
The full title is Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away.
Thank you. I'm going to try my best to remember that from now on. I cannot guarantee that in the slightest, but I did just forget for a second. Dream the Night Away. There we go. So yeah, there is no closing date for Rock and Roller Coaster featuring Aerosmith to make it Rock and Roller Coaster featuring the Muppets. But we do know that Muppet Vision will be closing to celebrate my birthday on June 7th, sadly. And
so is June 7th the last day, or is that the day it's closed?
I believe that is the last day.
Okay.
We won't know until it gets there.
That's a fun way to celebrate your birthday, I guess. Be a little sad, but fun.
I have learned from experience being on the last vehicle, the last ride, the last show is not enjoyable at all. It's usually nerds like me there, and you can't hear what is going on because nerds like me say the narration or the gags or whatever so loud you can't hear the actual show. So
The only one that I wish I was there for the last ride of is Ellen's Energy Adventure. Simply because
I
it broke
do also.
down.
Can you please always put the air quotes in it broke down? He did it. See?
It may or may not have intentionally or not
Yeah.
not saying anything.
No, and that was also the last day of the Great Movie Ride, which I did the Great Movie Ride during the day. I wasn't going to go over and do Ellen's, mostly because for those of you who will always say that was one of the best attractions, it was the best attraction for taking a nap. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about that. That after a long day, you were asleep by the time you hit the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, it was a very enjoyable experience, but it
Yes.
was definitely there. What has replaced it has done a lot more for current Epcot in terms of bringing in people, in terms of people being excited to actually go and ride the thing.
Absolutely. I mean, heck, we had a virtual queue for how many? For over a year, over 2 years.
Well over a year. It
Oh,
opened
is
in
it?
2022, so it would have been at least 2.5 years.
Yeah. No,
Ready to take a trip to Paradise Pier?
Yeah, something that no one can you even see that with the sun?
Just
go.
about.
Yeah, I got the clouds and the tree blocking it, so you can kind of see it. That's
Nice
the last
tribute
place you'll
to
see Paradise Pier.
Yeah, a nice tribute to an area of Disney California Adventure that kind of still exists.
Yeah, there's that like 3 foot space where it's kind of like, yeah, they didn't really over Pixar this little itty bitty part, but
Yeah, the side that's called Paradise Gardens Park now.
yeah, until it's called Coco, the River Adventure, or whatever they're going to call it. That's my prediction.
I do hope it has a better name than Coco the River Adventure.
Yeah,
but
Coco, Dream the Night Fantastic. See, I don't even remember what Starlight's extended name was. It's been 10 minutes at the most.
Dream the Night Away.
Dream the Night Away, which is very much a Tokyo title.
Yeah, no, that does very much seem like a special edition of their Tokyo Disneyland Electrical Parade. It's like, we're doing this just for the summer. Dream the night away.
Let's hope that this isn't quite like Magic length of barely 3 months of the parade. But I think at this point we've gotten so far past Electric Parade and the Spectra Magic Parade that this will be welcome with very large crowds.
Yeah, it's been quite a time since we've had. When was the last time the Electrical Parade ran here? It was what, like 2016 or even longer ago?
I think it was around then because I was living out here and I would never go see it. It was definitely a hey, I'm gonna go ride some rides during this time.
It closed here at the Magic Kingdom October 9th, 2016 was the last time it was here.
Good job. Good job.
So it was there from 2010 to 2016. And we are now in the probably the saddest part of Disney's Hollywood Studios. But not if you're a fan of Disney Junior, because there's a lot for you to do here, at least during the daytime.
Fancy Nancy is not out dancing. Vampirina is out vamping.
Who
I
will be
don't.
getting a live action spin off series soon on the Disney Channel. Something I was reminded of yesterday.
Oh, that's something didn't need to be told about ever. I think um, Pluto is not dancing right now, but I do believe that Doc is out fixing some teddy bears.
Yes.
Yeah, and there are people with Doc, so we're not going to head up there. There's quite a line actually to meet Doc, which is great considering this is one of those times where Tony would be useful. Doc hasn't had or been on her own show in quite a few years, as far as I can recall.
Well, just like Tony, I can search on the internet. Her show ended in 2020.
Yes.
But she is coming back for a 10th. No, there was a 10th anniversary special in 2022.
Doc was always one of those. This is a cute show. I mean, all of the characters here, they did a great job um, with these. And, if you are a fan of Disney animation, especially the shows on Disney Channel, Disney Plus, Tony has a scary uh, amount of information about it.
Yes. Much of which you can see in many of his articles over on
Yes.
laughingplace.com.
So speaking of things that are no longer there, look, the billboard's gone.
The billboard is gone. Then that billboard's been up in maybe not the exact same billboard, but it's been there since the show opened, right?
Yeah, it went down right around early pandemic time, like when it reopened that fall or that July. They replaced it because they needed, something that wasn't just completely sun bleached. But yeah, it went down for a few months and then came back, which gave us lots of hope. But here we are now, almost 5 years to the day of the closing of these parks for 2 weeks, and the billboard
Yeah.
is finally removed.
And we do finally have a new show coming there later this summer. Another show that we will probably both struggle to remember the title of.
Little Mermaid, Kiss the Girl?
No, The Little Mermaid dash a musical adventure.
Yes. I always used to have problems with Little Mermaid here and Little Mermaid in Magic Kingdom and Little Mermaid in DCA. So they're all. This is the Mermaid show. Those were the Mermaid rides.
Fair enough.
But yes, that is. I'm looking forward to that. I just call it Kiss the Girl because that's the one part of the addition that I'm looking forward to. Is they added in the Kiss the Girl scene, which was not part of the original show.
Oh
And
yeah, that should be interesting.
everything I've seen from the new show looks like it'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for both of the shows. I don't know which
Yes.
one I'm more excited for.
I'm definitely more excited for the villain show just because I feel like it's something that the only time they ever did a villain show was the after or the hard ticket show that they did in that theater when it first opened, which
Yes.
go look at our YouTube. Again, you could hold a blaster to my head and I wouldn't be able to remember the name of that show, but it was one of my favorite events that I got to do. And seeing it just hopefully this new version will be something like that or even just a fun little show. I think we
Gonna
have
come.
Mitch. Mitch, say hi to yourself.
Gee, how's over Pizza Rizzo?
Yes. How was your day? Good. Love the shirt. Very nice. So we're going to start asking questions now. What is the best attraction that you go on?
Have to say Guardians.
Excellent choice. We were just talking about how Ellen's Energy Adventure was a good nap and Guardians is better. See, somebody that actually watches our show right here knows what we're talking about, not just, uh huh. So, where are you from? Oh, so you're warm down here. Today is, we're in the mid 70s, so it's nice, but you're like 30s up there right now? Yeah. So, welcome to the cool weather. How long are you here? Oh, so, what are you going to go do now? And do Guardians. Excellent choice, especially since there's no virtual queue. Have you done anything in this park? Would you?
Rise. Oh, it's here.
Excellent choice. Best attraction next to Indiana Jones there is. Well, sir, thank you for watching. Thank you for being a fan. Now you can play this and go, look, I was popular on this show with Jeremiah talking. Ah, nice meeting you also.
Hey, meeting a fan live in person. How fun
Always
is that?
good.
Unfortunately, couldn't hear him too well, but
Yeah,
but we very much appreciate you stopping by.
it's always one of those things, especially with the AirPods. Like, this is great. You're going to hear my voice, but sadly, you can't hear much of what what I like to point out is why we're doing this is walking the park.
Yeah. It would be wonderful to have a good best of both worlds situation.
How
And look, GFET Jake already said nice meeting you.
Yes. I don't know why I kept calling him Mitch. That was weird. But Jake, yes.
I'm not sure where that came from either.
Yeah.
As he couldn't hear me at the time, I just let you deal with it. Let you do the talking.
From now on, everybody will just be. That'll be much easier for me to try to remember people's names. Jake, it was very nice to meet you. Thank you for watching and thank you for coming and saying hi.
And now we've arrived as Slinky Dog passes by in Toy Story Land. Concrete jungle that is Toy Story Land.
Yeah, I mean, these bushes have grown in so nicely, and I was here, opening day, almost dying of heat exhaustion. So seeing these are nice, but again, this would have been a prime time to build at least a small covering over this land. But hey,
We could have just gone the Mermaid Lagoon route from Tokyo Disney Sea and built it all inside.
yeah, Mermaid Lagoon is someplace I spent far too much time, mostly just sitting when I was there.
Got a salutations from Fred Ramirez. Hello, Fred. Thanks for watching.
Fred, we were just over saying hi to Cruz Ramirez. You guys related?
Peeking over the walls, kind of
Yeah.
off in the distance. We got some changes going on over here at Woody's Lunchbox, right?
Yeah, I don't. This project is taking. I want to say this has been covered for almost a year now, or blocked off. So they're only putting in a small covering. I mean, it looks like there's two different ones. Sorry, I'm showing the 90-minute wait time for Slinkin Dog Dash.
And actually stuck all the way back there. That's crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, they built off the erector set some small coverings, which is nice. But again, this is a spot. I again have sat there in the heat of summer, not a fun time.
It's one of my least favorite restaurants, to be honest. The menu doesn't excite me, and it's a pain to order from there,
Yes.
regardless of which way you're doing it. So,
see, I will always go with the grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup over there. It's a great grab and go, especially like the loaded tots. But I do agree, it's to order and then try to get it and then try to find any place to sit around here is I challenge. Oh, but the clouds just moved over the sun. Look at that. So nice.
Fred says, since you are in the land of Toy Story, to infinity and beyond.
Very nice. Excellent job.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can start your American voiceover job soon, Luke.
Oh, thank you.
So hold on, we're almost there. Like, I don't know exactly where the changes these cracks gonna go, but
It's
I
wherever
would
the
say
trash cans are.
we are officially in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
One of the greatest theme park transitions in the history of theme park transitions.
Yeah, I do have to say, especially since I was just out in California, I do love the tunnels that they have in Disneyland. It makes it so much nicer and the curves. But this one, if you're going one way or another, it transforms well enough so you don't notice it until you actually notice it.
For sure, yeah. I like the Grand Avenue entrance. That one's,
Yes.
has a similar vibe to the Disneyland ones for me.
Yeah, it was weird. Usually when I'm in California, I don't go into Galaxy's Edge just because, we have one here. Oh, there's Vi. Sorry, my camera is going.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
I just about spot the blue hair.
Yeah. Hang on. Now you can see it a little bit better. He's looking for any bucket heads. I don't see any. Oh, wait, there is something going on up here.
Something's happening. People are gathered around. That usually means something.
And guys just hiding over there, trying to avoid everybody.
Smart move.
Although I enjoy the people around Vi that have no clue what's going on.
We've got a very random question from Fred Ramirez. Do you guys prefer Touchstone pictures or Hollywood pictures?
I will go with Touchstone because that was the one that brought us Splash and Roger Rabbit. So
yeah, I would say I have more knowledge of what was part of Touchstone than what was part of Hollywood. So I too would go with Touchstone.
That is an excellent random question. That is very much a popcorn or churro type conversation.
Folks, if you have any random questions you want to leave for us to answer, or anything you'd like Jeremiah to check out while he continues on through Galaxy's Edge and round to the other side of Disney's Hollywood Studios, please leave us a question, comment, whatever. If you're following us on X, you can leave a comment. If you're following us on YouTube, you can leave a comment. I think it works on Facebook too. I've never watched one of our live streams on Facebook, but I would assume you can leave a comment through there too.
It does usually, though. The Facebook comments will take a little bit longer to translate over to us to see. When we were doing the Parks Talk last night, I know somebody was on Facebook because it would pop up with the Facebook logo, and I just kind of went, "Oh yeah, that's right, we do." And I usually am watching these on Facebook.
And yes, Fred says, I like Hollywood pictures, but yeah, Touchstone is better, especially with Roger Rabbit. I love that movie.
Roger Rabbit is one of my all-time favorite films. Oh,
yeah, I love it too.
So we had Vi, and then right over there we have Ray. He's close to the entrance.
Oh, yes, I can see her staff.
Youngling, yes. He's walking towards the Falcon. Which, no, we do not have the new mission for the Falcon. That won't be until next, I believe it's May 22nd, 2026.
Somewhere in May, in the May 20th range, yeah.
Yes.
It's alongside the opening of The Mandalorian and Grogu, which will be a feature-length feature or a feature-length film with the Mandalorian Grogu, the first one.
Just including our friends, the BDX droids.
Yes.
If you've never seen a BDX droid, go look on, especially our YouTube. We have some very cute interactions with them. They made a surprise appearance at South by Southwest, saying that they will not only be in the Mandalorian Grogu film, they will be seen here again, or seen in California again, here, and Disneyland Paris for the first time.
Yes. And Tokyo, I believe, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, then they're cute little droids. Especially go and watch how they made them. I don't want to say artificial intelligence, because I know that there's always somebody around doing a little bit more than just watching them. But they talk about how, much like with Lord of the Rings, how the computer learned how to make the orcs and the major fights all come to life without having to program each and every one. The BDX droids had their own personalities, and at some point we'll be bowing to our AI overlord BDX droid.
We're walking here through the Morocco Pavilion. I mean, Black Spire Outpost. Which also feels a lot like Arabian Coast over at Tokyo Disney Sea.
Yes. Ahead of us, we have strawberry shortcake, and I don't remember what the other person is dressed as.
Or am I? No, I'm thinking of the wrong film. I'm thinking of Big Hero 6. Wow. I don't know what.
Speaking of Mando and Grogu,
We got all the characters out today.
I don't know. We haven't seen Kylo Ren or Chewbacca, but I'm guessing we won't see Kylo Ren this far over because he still doesn't know about the Rebel base. Theory we may see, but usually he's too exposed to the Falcon in case he needs to make a quick getaway.
It's crazy. He just needs to. Kylo Ren just needs to walk a little bit to the west, and he'd be safe. He'd find what he's looking for.
Yeah, but he's a little whiny, and I can't walk that far. My mommy and daddy didn't love me.
Yeah.
Okay, enough of
pretty
it.
Pretty much summed up the film there.
Yeah. Yeah, so here we are, Rise of the Resistance, which does not have the working guns as of yet. We've heard that they are currently working on restoring the giant guns to the movements that have returned to California. Of course, when I was out in California, Rise of the Resistance was down quite a bit. So don't know if that had anything to do with it or if it's just, again, Rise being Rise. 80-minute wait for Rise of the Resistance.
Alexa appropriately says he's his grandfather's grandson.
Yeah, but Darth never whined that much.
Have you watched the prequels, sir? There is so much whining. I'm a bit of a prequels apologist, but there's so much whining.
But really, come on, yippee! Yeah.
Well, maybe not so much in the first one, but.
Yeah.
So
but he really likes sand.
No, he hates sand.
It's rough, of course. It gets everywhere. Yeah, it looks like they had the extended queue open earlier today. But just like with Guardians and Tiana's, yes, if you are going there first thing, you'll be waiting longer because everybody else is going there first thing. You want to just have a guarantee 80, 90 minutes, go later in the day. Or the best thing is to go late at night when everybody else tapped out, ready to go home. And you go and enjoy a walk-on.
That's the way I usually go about it.
Goofy and Mac, they're out over here. And then over on this side, you got Daisy and Donald.
Oh, wow. Lots of characters back here.
Yes, it's such a nice day. If you look at the weather, yeah, there's Daisy and Donald. We're gonna get up into the high 80s in the next few days out here. So, yeah, this summer won't be a fun walk and talk, or this Saturday won't be a fun walk and talk day. So thankfully, I don't have to do one. Um, but
I was
and
going to
then
say
next week
I
we
don't
get
think we got one going on.
no. Next weekend we drop back down to the 70s for the cool weather. I mean, it's California weather out here right now, folks. So go
Yes,
book your
it's not.
travels with MEI Travel and get over here as quick as you can.
And you had that going way too quick for me to bring up the
I
banner.
know.
But yes, we do appreciate and recommend our friends over at Mouse Fan Travel for all of your Disney travel needs.
Yeah, they will take care of everything that you need, including those mornings where you want to book your Cinderella Royal Table reservations, but you don't want to get up at 3 a.m. to try to book it. They will take care of it for you. And here I am swimming upstream.
Yes, looks like Muppet Vision 3D just let out. People already getting in their last viewings as we enter the last 3-ish months of the attraction's life, which is very sad to say.
Today alone, I think I've seen 4 different Save Muppet Vision shirts. And,
That'll work.
you know, yes, that right there is it's a structure that's been there for as long as I can remember.
What was the
but they
Phineas and Ferb thing?
Yeah, it was
right?
Phineas and Ferb. It was part of the back lot. Just a random facade, and they took it all down the coverings, painted it blue for some reason, and this will be the gate that goes out into the giant. I just almost call it Muppets Monsters coaster, which I cannot wait for that. Seeing the way it's going to pick you up and launch you into the vault and everything, it's going to be really cool. So, yes, I'm sad that Muppets is going away, but if we kept everything that we are sad for, we wouldn't have most of the cool things that we have now.
Yeah, I for one am also very excited, especially after seeing the animatic South by Southwest over the weekend. It looks pretty great.
Mm-hmm. And for those of you who are like, what are these people talking about? Head to YouTube and look for the latest edition of We Call It Imagineering, because they talk about not only the BDX droids, the Monsters coaster. There was something else that they talked about in there that I can't think off the top of my head.
The Cars at
Yes.
Magic Kingdom. New Cars attraction.
The Frontierland attractions, yes.
If we actually do have a breakdown of things you might have missed from the video, so that's something you can check out over at laughingplace.com.
Yeah, I know that we don't have any information on it, so but that new version of Soarin' that they kept showing, where it looks like it's actually a hang glider, but it was just a 2-person thing. That I don't know what that was, but I really hope that that's coming as a new attraction.
It sounds interesting for sure.
Yeah, because I had to pause to catch it, and it's very much, it looks like it's just Soarin'. Like if you watched it as a casual fan, you'd be like, oh, it's just Soarin'. But it is a 2-person with a triangle top, much like the hang glider or the hang glider that used to be in the original Soarin'. So it looks very interesting, but it also moves really quickly. So who knows what that could be, if it is anything, or if it's just them going, hey, let's see what Soarin' would look like if it was on speed.
I have left I'm about to drop a link to our article on the Call It Imagineering episode. So if you're watching, you can find that link in our comments.
So
And
I'm
we
guessing
have. Oh, no. Go ahead, please.
Judging by the crowds right now, we know Muppets just dropped, but Muppets is only a 12-minute movie. But I know Indy had broken as I was about to start the show. So right now, I think everybody is out. But something I was thinking about the other day, when Mermaid opens and the villain show opens, so let's think about this. We will have Indy, Mermaid, villains, uh, Frozen Ever After, Beauty and the Beast, and
Disney
is
Junior.
that it? Yeah, I completely forgot about Disney Junior. We will have 6 shows at some point during the day. All 6 of those shows will overlap at some point, and we could be completely empty in the park.
Yeah, that would be swell.
Yeah, because you think about how Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular holds multiple thousands of guests.
Oh yeah,
Beauty and the
yeah.
Beast
No, it's a
holds,
big.
yeah. So yeah, with all of those loading and holding all the guests, yeah, I can't. I'm not going to start guessing numbers, but it will definitely turn from wow, this is busy to wow, this is a ghost town.
Yeah.
And then once those shows start dumping, it'll definitely feel even more crowded.
So we're starting to get toward the end of our journey around Disney's Hollywood Studios. So if you folks have any questions that are really itching to get an answer to, please let us know while we're still live. Any requests that you have for Jeremiah here in the front side of the park, we're happy to go check out.
I'm gonna walk around. Yes. For some reason, my pattern here has been what I do, what I've just done, and then I end up walking around by Gertie and then down Hollywood Boulevard. But I hardly ever go to the Chinese theater to end the show because I just never think of it. So really, that should be always where we end the show is at
And
one of the greatest theaters ever.
There's a lot of different routes you can take to get around the same basic areas of this park.
Yeah. Yeah, this park, I think this park more than any other one in Florida. DCA can be a little bit confusing with their paths, but this one, there are so many ways you can backtrack on yourself here. And I know people that don't even know the ABC commissary or sci-fi dine-in where they are because they never walked down that route. And then you have the Pixar Place area or Pixar Plaza. Yeah. And that one, I never go down because it is a dead end. Last time I did it, I think it was Tony and I, and Edna Mode was in her meet and greet area, and she waved me in because there was nobody waiting to meet her. So
I think I remember live. Seeing that.
Yeah. So it's just there's lots to see and do here. You can definitely spend quite a full day in this park. You could hear rope drop through the end of the day and do almost everything. I don't think it's possible to do all of the shows and all the attractions in one day right now, much less later this year when we get more shows, and then in a few years when we get more attractions and everything else. So it's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, lots of stuff to do here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Probably more now than there is to do at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yes. Animal Kingdom I love, but that is definitely the rope drop. Head to Pandora, get that stuff out of the way, and then work your way around. And you're done before the park closes at 6.
Oh, absolutely. All right, are we getting to a wrap-up point here, Jeremiah?
Yep, go ahead and do that magic you do so well.
All right. As we have a beautiful view here of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, located within the Chinese Theater. That is going to wrap up our walk talk for today. Thank you very much for joining us. We'd like to once again thank our friends over at Mouse Fan Travel for sponsoring everything here at Laughing Place. So if you have any questions or you're looking to book a trip to Disneyland on the Disney Cruise Line, Walt Disney World, please contact our friends over at Mouse Fan Travel and let them know that Laughing Place sent you.
And none of
And
that costs a single cent.
you're absolutely right. And Jeremiah, thank you very much for taking us around Disney's Hollywood Studios today.
Thank you, Luke, for directing me.
And I don't believe we have any shows coming up for the rest of the day. So we'll be back here at Laughing Place with the morning show tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific, 12:30 Eastern. And from me and Jeremiah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching.
Peace.